What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you've never been here before, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Everybody else, welcome back. We're going to talk about the case that's been going on since May 30th. So the case is about 9 days old, and it's regarding Travis Decker, who unfortunately and sadly took the life of his three daughters. He suffocated his three daughters, and he is on the run right now for 9 days from Washington State. Everybody is looking for him. $20,000 reward. There is information that he might head to Canada. There was some Google searches that they found on his computer on how to be employed inside of Canada, how to get inside of Canada. I don't know. Well, nobody knows if he searched that just to mislead officers. I mean, to mislead investigators into making them believe that he was going to enter Canada. This is a possibility. We're going to talk about Travis Decker, who he is, the knowledge that he has, why he committed this very sad and unfortunate act of taking the life of his three girls, which is really just hard to think of, you know. But he's on the run, and as you see, there's a picture of him, a picture of the tattoos that he has. Sometimes he appears to be clean shaven. Other times he lets the mustache and the scruff grow on his face. He's 5'8", 190 pounds, tattooed, as you see, has a full tattooed sleeve almost on one arm. He has dark hair, brown eyes, 5'8", 190 pounds, from Washington State, maybe believed to go into Canada, but he has pretty extensive military training. So he could be in the woods hiding. Maybe he didn't go into Canada. His daughters were ages 5, ages 8, and ages 9. Paitlin, Evelyn, and Olivia. And this case happened on May 30th. Travis Decker has some PTSD. This is not an excuse. It's documented extensively. His ex-wife, he had just gone through a divorce in 2023. The divorce was finalized, and his ex-wife, who is absolutely distraught that she lost her three daughters, is the first one to say that in the weeks leading up to this, that Travis was suffering uh, deeply from post-traumatic stress syndrome, that he was basically losing his mind. He was reaching out to the VA. From reports I had, that the VA was giving him very little help. He was seeking counseling on a daily basis. He was in a car accident about a week before this incident, and they say that he really took a turn for the worse even after this accident. But he had been seeking some help for some time. They found his truck, which was a 2017 white GMC Sierra. They did find his truck abandoned near where they found the three girls. The three girls had been asphyxiated. They found them with bags over their head, and their hands were zip tied. Um, to take the life of your own three children, three beautiful little girls, you have to be extremely disturbed. You know, the way I see it, to take the life of someone, uh, you really aren't in the right frame of mind. To take the life of children, you really have to be out of your mind. And to take the life of your own children shows that there is something seriously wrong um, with this individual. You know, he did Google searches 4 days before the incident, which on how to get into Canada, um, which shows some planning. It shows some premeditation. You know, he has advanced military combat training. He has elite wilderness training. He has infantry training, and He was an airborne paratrooper. He has survival skills. And this happened in Leavenworth, Washington, in a place called the Rock Island Campground. This guy has to be found. I do believe that they'll get him. As I stated in one of my recent videos, 80% of the people that escape from prison are caught. So he didn't escape from prison, but he's on the run. And people that are usually on the run, the majority of them get caught. Everybody's involved in this search. There's hundreds of people searching. There's helicopters in the air. At this point in his life, when he did this, he was basically homeless and living out of his truck. His life was spiraling out of control. You need to keep your eyes open in Canada right now, in Washington, in the surrounding area. There is a tip line if anyone believes they saw him. The number for the tip line is 509-667-6845. That number again is 509-667-6845. His wife stated that he was never violent with her, and he was never violent with the girls. That this was, and that's coming from the ex-wife. But obviously, he does have a he can become violent to take the life of 3 girls. They said his mental health was seriously declining. Let me play you this little video so you can see a little bit about what's going on here. Check out this video.
Turning now to developing news on the search for Travis Decker. He's the father of 3 young Wenatchee girls found murdered after they were first reported missing 8 days ago. Decker is accused in their killing. Last night, Governor Bob Ferguson activated National Guard resources to help in the manhunt for Decker. He also commented on the ongoing search efforts, saying, quote, "At the request of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, we will be providing helicopter transportation for law enforcement as they search in remote areas." He went on to say, "The brutal murder of these young children has shocked our state. I'm committed to supporting law enforcement as they seek justice for Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia." The ongoing manhunt through Washington state is now going international. Detectives say the 32-year-old recently searched for more information on how to relocate to Canada. Circling up above.
Helicopters going back and forth.
This is what campers at Icicle River RV Resort have been seeing in the air and on the ground.
There's been a police presence, and last night, late at night, there was a searchlight down on the water, so I know the police were searching here.
They're searching for 32-year-old Travis Decker after his daughters Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia failed to come home after a planned visitation with him. Their bodies were later found near his abandoned pickup truck. Investigators now believe he could be attempting to cross state lines or even international borders.
I personally don't think he'd be coming out in public.
Fox 13 obtained this criminal complaint against Decker, charging him with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. In it, federal investigators say Decker used his Google account on May 26, just 4 days before his visitation with his daughters, to search for information about relocating to Canada and visited official Canadian job sites. The documents state the area where the crimes happened are near the Pacific Coast Trail and lead into Canada. And given Decker's former Army skills to survive the woods for days, even weeks, investigators say he could be actively attempting to not get caught. For Lisa Malone Gooden, she hopes authorities find Decker soon.
This is horrendous. Nothing like most people would ever hear about or experience.
Investigators say anyone who sees him is urged not to approach him and instead call 911. Right now, support is pouring in for the girls' mother. A GoFundMe is set up to help her with expenses and legal costs following the unimaginable loss of her 3 young daughters. So far, it's raised more than $1 million. You can find the link to our website at fox13seattle.com.
So that gives you a little up to date on the situation that's going on right there. His ex-wife also said that it was she made the statement that it was the system that was responsible for her daughters losing their life. She blames the system for not helping her ex-husband because supposedly he was really reaching out hard for help. Yes, ultimately the blame goes on Travis. He did have visitation with his daughters every other weekend. He was able to visit them every other weekend, and then the court was restricting that because his mental health was declining. The ex-wife, said that was basically a broken man, that he was not a violent man, and she didn't consider him a dangerous man. She considered him a broken man. The boss said the same thing at his job. He was working, and the boss said in the weeks leading up to it, he could definitely see a deterioration in Travis. What a sad case, man. What a sad case. Three beautiful little girls. So that's basically all there is to really go over on this case, is that he's on the run, going on 9 days now from Washington. The girls were found suffocated not far from his truck by the campgrounds. Everyone's involved in the search. $20,000 reward. They said Travis is just a broken man suffering who is searching for a lot of help. And it's really unfortunate that this is what it came down to. But that's what's going on with this case right now. You guys take care.